are here. We're ready to do the Q&A. We're going to start in a minute. You just seem awful low down, Nico. Are you okay?
Must be
I don't know.
slightly lower than yourself.
I just must be getting taller than you because they say, you know, with age you get smaller.
Absolutely.
Come on. Come on. Don't be scared to say what you do.
Are you ready to open the wine?
Not yet, because this is on my vlog. I haven't started my Q&A yet, okay? So I'm going to find my questions and we're going to do this now. I don't know. That's right. You seem...
Let's go round a bit.
Oh, you seem kind of in the wrong position.
It's because I moved my chair. How's that? Is that better?
And we'll see how many times the battery runs out here. You know, the usual carry on. Anyway, we are going to get started. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andri. Today's video is the Q&A, the couples Q&A. You're going to have to forgive me, I'm going to have to get my glasses on because we are sitting directly under the sun. Anyway, are you ready for this, Rico?
Absolutely, okay. Absolutely.
Before we get started, I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. Whilst you're there, you can ding-a-ling my bell, which will notify you every time I upload a video. And yeah, let's get on to the wine before your questions. So the wine, what do we have?
This is our wine today. It's a Pieropan Soave Classico. It's an Italian wine from the Veneto region of Italy, which is the northeast of Italy, and the sub-region is called Soave, and that's where the wine gets its name. The actual grape variety that goes into this wine is Garanega, and the winemaker is Dario Pieropan. The actual winery was founded by Nino Pieropan not that long ago, maybe sort of in the 50s or somewhere around there, and it's a single vineyard Soave, and he is the pioneer of having this single vineyard Soave. Soaves are normally made, they're grown in the region and different winemakers collect grapes and make the wine, but this is from a single vineyard Soave, and it is a Classico. This is a 2018 and it's good for drinking up to the year 2030. It's a cork.
So would it go off then after the year 2030?
Well, it might deteriorate. It wouldn't necessarily go off, but it might deteriorate. They're saying
I didn't realise wines. I thought the longer you kept them, the better they got. I didn't realise they had an expiry date on them. How does that actually say on the bottle?
No. I read about that.
Right. Okay.
It's 13% alcohol by volume, and it's available from various wine stockists in the UK at around £30 a bottle.
Okay. Right. Let's get it opened and enjoy it. I have to be careful because I've been on really low alcohol all week. So especially as I'm going to have a lot of questions. The
wine is good for vegetarians and vegans also, and it's 100% organic. So
this is the other thing, by the way, that's been going on around kind of social media, is women should really stick to organic wines, because apparently, and don't take my word for it, apparently wines, because they're trying to produce so many wines, they're adding all these things into them to mass produce them. So women should really be aiming for organic wines to avoid breast cancer.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
There you go.
Well,
you thought this was just going to be a couple's Q&A.
This one's 100% organic.
This one's 100% organic.
So let's have a wee.
Oh, it's quite strong and it's coloured, isn't it? Oh, look. See, I'm not behind the camera here now to be showing you when the wine is poured. We'll show you when it's being poured the next time. Smells very Chardonnay-like to me.
Well, that smells I get a bit of apple from it, yeah, definitely.
It's got that. I knew it from the colour. What's the grape, did you say? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Garganega.
Oh, right, okay.
Is the grape.
And where was it from?
Italy.
Okay.
Veneto, in the northeast of Italy.
I don't tend to, I'm concentrating on all the filming and all that, so I wasn't really listening. But yeah, just looking at it, to me, it looks like a Chardonnay and it smells like a Chardonnay. So I'm assuming this grape is very similar to a Chardonnay grape. Am I wrong?
Nowhere near it. It's got honey in the mouth. Beautiful lingering finish. You almost get...
Come closer to me if you have to.
Take a wee taste,
Right,
and
okay.
you'll get this sort of initial sweetness of the
I
fruit,
can
and the sort of honey coats your mouth.
That's medium. That's not dry.
No, it's a dry wine, all right. It's also...
It's
it's a
definitely...
wee bit herby in there, sort of.
No, it's definitely Chardonnay-like, Rico.
Not
Whatever
to me.
you say.
Not to me.
He's the Chardonnay drinker, I'm the Sauvignon Blanc
Anyway,
drinker.
it's
Cheers.
excellent.
Is that right? It's actually a really, really nice wine. It's very smooth.
Q&A time.
Q&A time.
Q&A time.
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
Okay, now on to the Q&A in no particular order. I'm gonna read out the questions. The first one comes from Sabrina. Now, she asked me this question a while back on my Instagram, and this was at the time when I was filming how Rico and I met, and then I spoke about our wedding, engagement, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's jump in because we have a lot of questions, mostly directed at you, Rico, so good luck. First question is, we would love to hear Rico's side. So this is his side of the story of when we first met, especially the moment he saw you and when he knew he wanted to ask you out. Oh my God, she says, this could be a YouTube series. So I've told my story, so if you can tell your story and come closer to the camera, Rico. Right, okay, tell us your story.
Well, first time I ever saw you, well, I think it was actually the second time I saw you, but the first time I saw you in later life, we came round to your house with my aunt and uncle.
Okay.
And
that's when I remember you. I don't remember you before then.
yeah, I think we came to your house when I was very, very young, years and years ago.
Obviously, I left an impression on Rico and he didn't on me at that time.
I remember.
What age was I, what, 5 or what?
Oh, I think you were younger than that.
Right, okay.
Anyway, let's carry on. And anyway, you appeared in the living room with jeans and a robe, I think, and you wanted your jeans cut or something like that.
Actually, I was in a caftan. I hadn't put the jeans on, but obviously the jeans left an impression on you.
Right, yeah, they did.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I sort of caught your eye, I think.
Oh, you
had a twinkle in your eye.
I had a twinkle in my eye. What, for you?
I think so. Yeah. And I liked what I saw.
Obviously.
Yes.
Still brings a smile to your face,
Absolutely,
does it?
absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do these really, really quick because there's quite a lot of them to get through. The next question comes from Ada Soley, who is another YouTuber from Australia. And she asks, my question is, are you and Rico opposite personalities? As I know you have been married 39 years, so it obviously works for you. I ask as Peter and I have been married 40 years. Congratulations to both of you. Yes, and Peter and I are so different. I am the extrovert and Peter is the introvert. He keeps me more balanced and I bring him out of his shell. So I was wondering if it was the same for both of you. Congratulations again to you and Rico on your wedding anniversary. I'll let you answer first.
Well, I think we are a bit different in that, to a certain degree. I think you're a bit more sort of get out and get there and optimistic about things, and when I sort of bring you back down to earth in a way, you know, in a funny way, just over, not anything in particular, but certain things, you know, there's even stupid things like how to plant the tomatoes. You just go into something, you don't really think about it sometimes. You just, oh, well, it'll work, this will work, that will work, it'll work because you think it will work, but it doesn't always work, you know.
But that's because you've got that kind of mind that you're,
Well,
you're more of a mathematician type.
No,
I just
no,
like,
no, 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 no. I'll mention something quite
right, okay.
stupid.
We're going to end up arguing over tomatoes, watch this.
No, no, no. We were going to plant strawberries in a pot.
Right.
But your son told you, no, you can't put them in the pot, you have to put them in the ground, they have to be so many feet apart. No, the rubbish. You did that and you did all that work to put them in the ground, but they would have grown the same in the pot. without a problem.
The outcome is you get strawberries.
Yes,
I've still got strawberries.
Yes.
So what's the big deal?
But you plan to put them in the pot. If I had said put them in the ground, you'd have said no, it's not needed, it's not needed, it's not needed. But because your son said you...
Right, okay, now that area, because of the strawberries, has ended up a much prettier area. Okay, my son, as you put it, our son, actually dug up the area.
That's right, I didn't do it.
Yeah, so your point is...
Point is,
it worked
you're not always right. No.
I think I was. Look how lovely that area looks.
Okay. Anyway, did we answer the question?
No, about an extrovert. Are you an extrovert? Am I an extrovert? Are we both extroverts?
I don't think so.
Am I?
I think you are.
Yeah, I think we both are. You like to be in the limelight as much as I do. You know, like, you're not the type of person to stand in the corner at a party.
No, not really, no.
No,
No.
We both are to a certain extent, but we are very different as well.
Yes. In
the way Rico says, I get things done. I don't sit and analyse things hours on end, do I?
No.
I don't. If I want to do, I do analyse things, but not when I want to get something done. Not when I want to do something. I kind of just do it. And like Rico says, I'm more.
And I have to go along.
That's right. And I'm normally right. So basically I'm an optimist, he's more of a pessimist.
Correct.
He always sees like what might go wrong, whereas like we'll do it.
It's not what might go wrong, it's you have to plan it right. Anyway.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. B asks Rico's favourite wine ever.
Oh. Been so many that have been great wines.
But you've no expense, no nothing, you know, like what has been your favourite wine ever?
I think it must be the Chablis Grand Cru. I think that we had a bottle not so long ago, and that was, to me, it was totally outstanding. It was just the best.
What about that £700 bottle?
No, I wouldn't put that. I enjoyed the Chablis more.
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. The Chablis Grand Cru, definitely.
Okay. Next question is, Rico, what is your favourite thing to collect?
I'm not really a collector, am I? To collect things. I don't really store things, maybe wine.
Wine, if you had to collect anything, but even at that you drink wine, you're not a collector of wine. Rico's not into just keeping a wine for the sake of it, like that £700 bottle of wine. I didn't get that, I sold it. Rico's very much into enjoying it and not collecting. Right. He's not a hoarder, he's not one for hoarding things, so he's not a collector in any way. He has something, he enjoys it, and that's it. I'm answering your questions for you, nothing new there. Okay, next question comes from 1650 Forever. Rico, what are some of the favourite things you do with your friends or by yourself?
Well, there's a question. Favourite things I do with friends or by myself? I think just generally to barbecue and enjoy a glass of wine and chat.
You used to, when we had the restaurant, Rico used to get a lot of invites. For example, he had invites to travel with the Rangers football team.
Yeah.
He had
went corporate events to football and I enjoyed that.
You really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
We had more opportunities, or you had more. There you go. There's a battery. You had more opportunities when we had the restaurant to do those sorts of things. Now it's just that's it. Nothing more. Change my battery.
Lily.
Okay, you're gonna do a wee top up. I've changed the battery, so you can do a wee top up. Okay. See, we work together. Okay. So the next question comes from PD279, and she asks, how did you guys keep a happy marriage while balancing stress, work, kids, chores, etc.? I'll start with that. I'll start with that because, as a lot of you will know, I looked after my mum whilst we were both working full time, running a house, blah blah blah. And for me, I think the answer to that is with the help and support of each other. Is
a bit of patience and understanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
That calls for it's patience and understanding.
Yeah.
You know.
That's because it's hard. I mean, marriage isn't easy. Life isn't easy in general. It's what you make of it, but you need support to succeed. You can't, one person can't be expected to do it all. Like when I looked after my mum, I could never have done what I did without the help of RICO and the boys and family, you know, like my direct family, my daughter-in-laws, my husband, RICO helped me bath my mum. We work together. RICO and I have always worked together, which can be difficult at times, you know, but you've got to have that respect, and yeah, it's just helping each other, isn't it? Supporting each other. Okay, next question. Minnie, I think that's underscore gnome, isn't it?
Yep.
What is your fondest memory from your early days and just starting out being married? Do you have any? It's really hard to just pinpoint one moment. I can think of lots of funny moments. Like RICO was very much brought up into, you know, dining out and wining and dining and all of that, and I was, you know, when I first met RICO I was 16, and I wasn't used to being wined and dined. Do you remember the time? This was an absolute nightmare for me when we went out to a restaurant and we ordered, I loved escargots, snails, remember? And
the Colonial it was.
Was it in the Colonial?
It was the Colonial, yeah.
Anyway, and I mean, when I ate snails at home, I would pick them up and get a toothpick and pick out the snail. I'm sorry for all those of you that are vegetarian and don't eat snails and all that. I don't eat them now either, but when I did, I used to eat loads of them. And we went, and you had the special snail
the tongs
pick,
and the
tong,
pick and everything, yeah.
And so they've put this tong out. I told you, I was a toothpick type of person with the tong, and I'm like,
tongue was on the left, and the fork was on the right.
And I'm just looking at this, and I'm going. And you know, because the fact
I emptied them all for you.
No, you never. You see, you don't really have a recollection at all of what I'm going to say.
I did.
But I picked it up and it pinged out.
Oh, that's right.
Right? You were mortified, weren't you?
Not at
but
all.
yeah, you were. But the waiter was such a good waiter. Of course, I did it at the moment when the waiter came over at the table. I think he was going to top up our wine or whatever, and this bloody snail went, the shell, it was the shell, went, as I tried to hook it on, it went, and like I could see Rico's face, like, and the waiter was like, oh, we do apologise, we gave you a live one, blah blah blah. That's what makes a good waiter. And it was situations like that that taught me how to react to situations in the restaurant, or not react, or in, you know, to make your customer feel comfortable. And yeah, that was an experience. But can you think of any specific
I couldn't even remember that properly.
No, you couldn't. See, that's okay, we'll move on. Pastopia, what does RICO think of your love for expensive handbags? Now, Pastopia goes by another name on YouTube.
Okay.
It's war paint.
Okay. What do I think of your love for expensive handbags? What's your thing? You like them. You love them. You love the bags you've got. I like them too. Not all of them, but you know the ones I like. I've said to you before. I've said to you about the Dior bag, how much I like the Dior bag. I've always liked that bag. I thought it was special. The red bag. The boy. I like that one as well. That's a stunning bag.
What about the classics?
They're okay.
Right, okay. But so you don't have a problem with me?
No, not at all.
Buying these handbags?
Not at all.
No. Okay. Another question.
You've never ever bought for the sake of buying.
No.
You only buy for what you need. Or what you think you need.
Well,
yeah.
Need is quite controversial here on YouTube.
Okay.
Nobody needs
anything, right?
£1,000 handbag or whatever they cost. Oh, Oh, I never thought I'd say that, but the sun's going away just now. Okay, another question from our Pastopia. Did you talk about how many children you wanted?
No.
No, we never did. We both always wanted children.
That's right, yep.
And we just discussed when we were going to have them, because we decided not to have them straight away.
That's right.
And we were married for about a year, not realising, of course, that, you know, when you're that age you think, right, we're going to have children, and you're basically going to get pregnant the next day. Getting pregnant wasn't our problem. It was kind of not miscarrying was our problem, and it eventually took about 4 years before we had Costa. And then when Costa was about 2, we decided we were ready to have another one. We had George. Luke, we didn't really plan. We just kind of went, if it happens, it happens. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, oh, we need to have another baby. It was like, if we were careless, it didn't matter. Basically.
Careless?
Careless.
Okay, move on.
We went with the moment.
Correct.
Okay, Terry asks, Andri, do you love Rico more now? Right, I thought about this, and the quick answer to that is yes, but it's a different type of love now. You know, through marriage you go through many different stages, through ups and downs.
That's right.
Don't you?
Yeah,
you go
absolutely.
through, but yeah, your love grows because of everything, you know, it changes.
Yeah, that's right. I think you go through there have been times, I'm sure there have been times that you really disliked me through all that, and so on, you know.
Did you ever dislike me?
I think I did. Yeah.
We're going to fall out over this, baby.
Not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, it's marriage is very much like that. But you get to this old stage where
we're not old. We just came through what we came through, and we bonded even stronger.
Yeah.
On the other end, and I think that's what it's all about.
So it moves on from that kind of just, and it moves on to something more mature-like.
Absolutely.
Anyway, okay. Terry asks again, did you think Andri would look this good 39 years later?
Well, obviously it's something I never thought of
at
that time. You wouldn't think of it at that time. But you'll always look good. I think you'll always look good. You'll certainly always look good to me. Okay?
I look good, not just to you.
Well, I'm just saying. You know?
Again, another question from Terry. She asks, is Andri as hot now as she was when you met her?
Oh, she's hotter.
Especially under the sun. Okay, Caitlin.
Right.
Okay, Katie Cahill.
Right.
Katie. She asks, favourite funny memory of each other? That's a hard one, Caitlin. That's hard.
I would have to say now the escargot, you know.
See, cheating. Let me tell you, Rico did not find that escargot incident funny. I can't think, honestly, a funny moment. Probably, you know, we'll stop filming and we'll go, oh, do you remember this and that?
I'm trying to think of something, you know, but I just can't get.
Is that sad that we can't think offhand? I mean, we've had...
There must be more, you know.
Okay, I said to Rico, I'm going to switch the camera off to, let's try, there must be, because I mean, Rico and I laugh a lot, but he's going, I can't think of one, I just thought of one. And I haven't told Rico because it's just making me laugh. Do you remember we went to that restaurant? Do you remember when we went to that restaurant with the boys? The restaurant that's closed down, the guy's on TV, the chef, the blonde chef. And I slid. I ended up in somebody's.
Oh, yeah. Jamie Oliver's.
Jamie Oliver's.
I remember that, yeah. You were walking in with your high heels, the boutons, whatever they were, and you went flying. But the people in the next table told us they went flying as well.
So,
yes.
So the story is right. Like, so this I knew it would be me, but here's one. So Jamie Oliver's had just opened up in Glasgow, so we went with all the family.
That's right.
So we're all walking in, as Rico's, you know, Christian Louboutins, you know, all doed up, as we always do. And this is like, Jamie Oliver's is not like fine dining. I mean, you get sat on the same table with so many other people.
Table, but there was a
it's
gap,
a big table, and they just honestly.
It wasn't meant to be fine dining. It was Italian. Jamie Oliver's Italian.
Anyway, so in we're all walking in, the boys, the girls, Rico and I, and all of a sudden, something isolated. Apparently, it was a slidey floor, but at this point we didn't know. But it was one of those. I didn't just slide. It kind of went slide, and then I thought I picked myself back up, and they're all around me. None of the boys of Rico's holding me up, and then just as I thought I got my balance, I went again, ended up in somebody else's bread basket. And then, so anyway, I picked myself up and we went and sat down. It was so embarrassing for everybody. Nobody spoke about it. We sat, you know, remember? We sat at the table, and then I said to the woman next door, she had obviously seen me, and she says to me, oh, the same thing happened to me, you know, I complained, I nearly fell as well, yeah. Whatever. So there was obviously a problem with the floor, but it was so bad for us as a family. We sat there quietly, and it wasn't out until we got home, had a few drinks, we got home, and everybody just laughed, and basically they all took the total piss out of me. And then it turns out that there was somebody that I knew in the restaurant as well. So that's one of, I mean, there's been many moments, but that's just the one that's come into hand. Oh my god. Okay, let's get on to a more serious note. So Maria.m1224 asks, how do you handle money issues? Do you have your own spending money?
No.
No. It's easy. I spend it and he makes sure we have enough.
I go with that.
No, we're both kind of on it with money and things like that. I mean, when I buy a handbag, the money's there to buy the handbag. I'm not going to draw out money or anything just to buy a handbag, if that's what you're referring to. But we're both pretty sensible with money now. You weren't in the early days. You were a spender. You were a big spender in the early days.
That was before the kids came along, you know.
Yeah, that was before
the gambler.
He liked the
casino.
He liked the casino,
the
like
horses.
A lot of people up here. No, that's just no. I don't. Yeah. Rico did like to have a gamble. He doesn't do any of that nowadays. Anyway, and she also says happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Sally Sparkle, she asks, how long after you had your first date did you know you're the one?
I knew right away.
Did you?
Ah, yeah. Definitely.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had that moment. I think maybe I was just probably too young thinking, oh, he's the one. Yeah, I mean, of course I fancied you and all of that, but I don't think I ever thought he's the one I'm gonna marry. It just, for me, it just all happened, and I don't know if that's to do with me being so young at the time, but I didn't know that's what you thought, actually.
Yeah.
Are you just saying that?
Not at all. Not at all.
He's also learned to say all the right things. Okay, Wendy_loving life. Hi Wendy. She asks, who's also a YouTuber, asks, what's the little thing you do for one another that you appreciate the most? This is probably easier for me to answer because Rico does now that he has the time, he'll bring me coffee up every morning in bed, which is really, it's strange for me to say because Rico would always be the type that will lie in. There's lots, I don't know. Can you answer that? Can you think of something that...
that you do for me.
Yeah. Come closer. Come, see, you're out the light. This is going to be a nightmare for me to edit. You need to come in the light.
Sorry.
Look at the...
Yeah. Right.
Hold on, the light's really not good here.
It's because the sun's half shaded now. Just sit in the dark like that. Is that not better?
Right, go.
Right. What was the question again? Oh yeah. Something you do for me. I think just being there, Andri.
Okay.
That's it.
We're just there for each other when we need each other.
Absolutely.
Things, we don't look at what we do for each other, we just do what needs to be done for each other. Okay, next question comes from our Cherry Jules. Hi! She asks, name one thing you love about the other.
Well, your honesty.
At least I found one. My honesty. Okay, I love that I know Rico's always there for me for whatever I need. I just I mean, that's it's funny when you have to answer these questions.
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
just spoiled,
really.
that's what it is.
Oh, I'm just spoiled. Okay.
Right, carry on.
Okay, next question. We just love everything about each other.
There's no question what you dislike. Right.
Okay, when I posted on my channel for questions, I got one from Smurf. Well, it wasn't a question, Smurfy L. But hi, Smurfy L. I just thought I'd give you a mention anyway. She says, "I'm just here for the ride, enjoying watching all the vlogs. So look forward to the Q&A too. Congratulations on 39 years." Thank you. Okay, Janet Teskin asks, how does your husband feel about your love for luxury? Does he get upset at how much you spend? In a word, no, he just doesn't bother him in any way. I'm not spending money that we don't have. Desi Blonde Fose asks, how did you know that Andri was the one?
How did I know?
Yeah.
Just my feelings.
Feelings?
Yeah.
Okay. And again she asks, how do you think your marriage has changed over the years?
Well, it's become stronger anyway.
That's right.
That's definitely.
Yeah.
So it just changes. Just you go through periods of your life. The kids come, the kids go, and all these things, and you get grandchildren. And just everything changes, and your whole outlook changes.
And how has it changed? Is the question?
It's become stronger.
Stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Tagua Queen 76. What keeps your marriage strong?
Understanding.
He's good at this. Okay.
In one word. You want more, a longer answer, you know.
Okay. M Monray 111. Did
Yep.
I say that right? Asks, what's the craziest thing Andri has done? I can think of a few.
Can you?
Normally when I do something crazy, it's through anger.
Oh, that's sad. Definitely.
Isn't it? I do quite a few when I get angry. When I hit that, it's bad. Like, do you remember when we nearly got arrested at the train station?
Oh yeah, but because we helped your dad and mum onto the train.
Yeah, so I was getting
with the luggage.
Yeah, so we were helping my mum and dad with the luggage onto the train, and they blow the whistle, which means everybody that's on the train that shouldn't be off the train has to get off the train, all doors get locked. So I'm on, the whistle's blown, and the conductor or whatever he is, they close the door, and once the doors are closed, that's you.
And we opened it and got out.
You were on the outside, were you not on the outside?
No, I was on the inside.
I pulled down the window and I was saying to him, "What? I'm helping my mum, stop, blah, blah, blah." So words were exchanged. Anyway, because the next stop would have been like halfway.
Carlisle.
Yeah. So we eventually, I can't remember if we opened the door, he opened the door, and or whatever. We managed to get back out of the train, but my adrenaline at this point was up here. We had work to go to, we had the kids, blah blah blah, and I was angry because I was trying to explain to him that I was just helping my parents who needed help onto the train with their luggage and things.
That's right, he was moaning we shouldn't have been on the train.
Yeah, and he's moaning. Well, at this point I literally lost it on the train platform, where I gave him so much abuse that
you did.
He
and
like
he went to get the transport police. He said, "I'm going to get the transport
and they
police."
did, and he escorted us to, there's like a wee police station, and he escorted us into the police station.
No.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
It was like a wee, and he escorted us into the police station. Your memory's really bad, because then he went through the back for a minute, or the police officer, whoever was there in charge, went through the back, and you turned around and you said to me in Greek, "Run for it."
I said, "That's it, get in the car."
You said to me, "Run," and we ran, we legged it.
That's right.
This was like after we had children and all that. This wasn't when
Criminals.
we were.
And that was the last of that.
That was the last.
Absolutely.
That was that situation.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of situations that I kind of find myself in. Okay. My next few questions come from Chateau Chic. Mimimo. Okay. Now she asks, "This is a fantastic idea. I have a bit of a different spin on things. Questions for Rico. Question 1. What is Andri's favourite dish?"
Crayfish. Grilled crayfish and garlic.
Question 2. What is Andri's best quality?
Oh, I've answered that already. Your honesty, your just being Andri.
Just being Andri.
Or shall I call you Lady Andri?
Which is your favourite of Andri's luxury handbags?
The Dior.
The Lady Dior. Okay. Questions for Andri. What is Rico's favourite drink? Well, apart from wine, Rico likes a good brandy.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
A very expensive good brandy. So like when we do fine dining, he likes a really expensive brandy. Okay, number
Like
2.
an XO. Hennessy XO or a Remy XO. I
Okay.
like an XO.
Question 2. What is Rico's best quality? Rico is very grounding, like nothing's a big deal for Rico. You don't. I like the fact that he just doesn't get all hyped up about things, whereas I would tend to. Although I like to get things done, I kind of get hyped up about situations. Rico's quite calming in situations, or at least you've learnt to be.
No, well, that's our opposites.
Yeah.
It's part of our opposites.
What is your
Part of the balancing act.
what is your favourite thing about your relationship? And I think it goes back to the last question, because I'm very and he can kind of bring the situation down. I'll react to situations. He doesn't. He's always the first to apologise. It doesn't hold a grudge. That's what it is. You never ever hold a
Life's
grudge.
too short.
I hold grudges. Rico can just let things go, not worry about them. Big things, he can just go, it's happened. Okay, the final question comes from Mo Mandy J, who also has a YouTube channel, and she asks, who is the better dancer at family parties?
Now there's a thing.
It depends what dance it
Correct.
is.
Well, I think you are the better dancer.
No, it
I
depends.
think you've got more rhythm. Okay?
But it depends. It really does depend on the dance.
Unless
but
it's the Gay Gordons, of course.
no, I can't do that. But
You
anyway,
can't do that.
when I first met Rico, he wasn't a dancer at all. He would not get up and dance. You were not a dancer. He soon learnt to be a good dancer. I'll tell you another story now before we go, talking about dancing, just so you remember them as you go along. So when we were, when we first got married and we travelled to Cyprus, and I mean, I've told this story before, when I fell out with somebody on the ship. I think I did it on another Q&A question thing. I fell out with somebody on the ship. We went out that night and RICO was furious because I got into a fight on the ship, and he was having nothing to do with me. He was like really angry that his wife would do this. And then we went out, the whole family went out that night. His mum, his dad, my mum and dad, relatives, big table, we were all out. I was always a dancer. I always loved to dance. And RICO was kind of, and I thought, fine, you want to play that game, we'll play that game. Do you remember?
I remember. And
I got up and I danced and I swung my hips. And he soon got over his moodiness.
I only remember because you keep reminding me.
So you don't remember all these things. Anyway, that's our Q&A. I hope you have enjoyed it. If we have missed any questions, put them down in the comments below and I'll answer them for you, either in the comments or in a future vlog, or maybe in a future Q&A. Meanwhile, if you would like to see more videos from moi or us, I'm going to link one here, and if you're not already subscribed, just press the A right here and we'll catch you next time. Cheers!
Cheers.